the sine is 1/2, straight from the unit circle. Cosine, straight from the unit circle, is negative square root of 3 over 2. Okay, so here's where we gotta start thinking about it a little bit. Tangent is sine over cosine. So the sine was 1/2 over the cosine, negative square root of 3 over 2. Okay, we know that that's not okay. We don't want a fraction inside of a fraction, so how do we get rid of that? Multiply on top by the reciprocal of the bottom. So that's going to be multiplied by, I'm just going to leave the negative on top, it won't matter, 2 over the square root of 3. So this is no longer down here. Right, are you with me? So on top, I get negative 2. On the bottom, I have 2 square root of 3. 2's cancel out, don't they? So I have negative 1 over square root of 3. Is this okay? No. So I'm going to rationalize. And you guys can combine some of these steps. I just don't want to lose anybody right now. So on top, that's negative square root of 3. And on the bottom, that's 3. Do y'all remember in chapter 0, we were rationalizing? I said you're going to use this from here on out.
Yeah. Well, I remember saying it, but I remember doing it.
Hey, what's the reciprocal of sine?
2.
Cosecant. But yeah, yes, you are correct. 1/2 flipped upside down is 2. The reciprocal of cosine is secant. So when I flip that upside down, it's going to be negative 2 over square root of 3, which we know we are going to have to rationalize. So that's negative 2 square root of 3 over 3. That one wasn't bad. And then the reciprocal of tangent is cotangent. And again, you can flip right here at the beginning. You can flip here at the end. It doesn't matter. One way may be easier, but you're going to get the same answer. I'm just going to flip this one this time. It doesn't really matter. So it's going to be negative 3 over the square root of 3, but we know that that's not okay. Multiply by the square root of 3 over the square root of 3. So on top, that's negative 3 square root of 3 over 3. I mean, this is a lot of 3's, you all. And these are going to cancel out. So final answer, negative square root of 3.
Yeah, is that as hard as I get?
I mean, yeah, that's as hard as it's going to get. This point, this coordinate is the hardest one to work with, I think. Square root of 2 over 2 is not so hard to work with.
Go back down a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, whenever, like, when I see your circle, she don't whenever, we'll play that. I'm not messing up. I just want to get them to work at this time. Like, so they can start.
Like, if they lose it.
Okay, let me do one more.
Go for it.
Okay.
Oh my god. I only said we got nothing.
Hey. Hello. I do. Okay. Nathan, you're out.
I'm out.
You're out.
Yeah.
Go to the office.
Oh,
Is he leaving?
I don't know. They didn't say. They just said send him out.
that's like a 30 day. I'm not even kidding.
Get name out
I don't
loud.
know. You're better
Get
than
name out loud.
Okay. Let me do this last one.
How come one took the
Okay.
whole sheet? Just wait, can you wait, like, while I get on the sheet of paper?
Yes, I can wait for your sheet of paper. I'm just going to talk, okay? So question is the same. I've got this angle on the unit circle, this point on the unit circle, and I'm going to find all 6 values. all 6 values. So I chose this one number 1 because it's a negative, and also number 2 because it's a third, and I feel like the thirds are the hardest to count. Sometimes. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes it's a 6. Okay, so on my circle, negative pi over 3. So I highlighted my pi over 3s in orange. So I'm going backwards, 1 pi over 3. So where am I at? 5 pi over 3, and the coordinate is 1/2 negative square root of 3 over 2. So this is going to be real similar to the other one, but we're going to do it anyway. Or would you rather me do one that's the square root of 2 over 2? Okay, let's go. Let's go. I agree. Hey, remember the first value is the cosine, the second is the sine. So the sine, I know, is negative square root of 3 over 2. The cosine, I know, is 1/2. And the tangent is where it starts to get a little bit involved. Okay, are you with me? Caught up? Need to wait a second? Okay, sine and cosine come directly from the unit circle. Tangent is sine over cosine. So the sine is negative square root of 3 over 2 over the cosine 1/2. Sine over cosine. To get a fraction outside of a fraction, multiply the top by the reciprocal of the bottom. So this is no longer here. And I can see these are going to cancel out. 2 on top and 2 on bottom cancel out. And I get negative square root of 3. So far, so good. Okay, reciprocal of sine is cosecant. So when I flip the sign upside down, that's going to be negative 2 over square root of 3. Rationalize. So that's negative 2 square root of 3 over 3. Reciprocal of cosine is secant. And when I flip 1/2 upside down, I get 2. Those are probably your all's favorites, aren't they? I like the ones that you have to do stuff to. And then finally, the reciprocal of tangent is cotangent. So when I flip this upside down, I'm just going to flip this. What's really on the bottom right here? A 1. So I'm going to flip that upside down, and I will get negative 1 over square root of 3. Rationalize. So that's negative square root of 3 over 3. And it's the same process over and over and over. Your points are just going to change. You may have to count, get around your circle, find something that's coterminal. But it's the same situation over and over and over.